I love riding horses, you know. That's it. The basics when I left school is something I really wanted to do, was ride horses and work with horses. So back then when I was 15 or 16, I never thought I was going to be a show jumper, even a good show jumper, never. Horsemanship is, it's a very big word in the sense I would call it more common sense, you know. It's in our genes more or less in Ireland, you know, we grew up with horses and horses always around us. You try and keep things as casual and relaxed as possible, I believe, anyway. It's better for the horses as well.
Here comes Denis Lynch. Don't make the same mistake that Eckermann made. No, Denis is in. Denis is in there with a very, very good clear.
I spotted Brooklyn, where he was tipped off to me by actually Eric van der Vleuten, told me about the horse in Prague last year, believe it or not. And I remember ringing Molly and I said, listen, I think I might have found a horse here that could definitely do the team classes and if he does that well, maybe even steps up and does the Grand Prix. And she was immediately on board. Without her, I wouldn't have this horse here right now.
I have been working with Denis for probably 5 years. With the horses that we have had together, he has just made such massive improvements in the horses. Any horse you put Denis on, he's basically going to improve. And it's not just my horses. He's been doing this for years and he has had a record of it. He's always thinking about the horse and it shows.
I think the course walk is quite over-dramatized sometimes, where people need to get in there early and walk lines where I believe, you know, you have to be quite flexible with that. So your course walk is very important, but it's not the be and the ends of all, you know. Brooklyn, definitely, he's got a very big, kind eye. His conformation is quite good. I wouldn't call it the best conformation. And then obviously, then you sit on the horse. But first of all, I always look at the head, the eye, and his conformation. And very important is also his walk and his trot, you know, his gauges. And obviously, yes, it's very important that he can jump. He's a very sensitive horse. He has his ways of doing things, like he's not a horse that really likes to be, as one would call it, flat worked. He's really stepped up in the last weeks. Like we took him to Miami. He was really good in the team. I saved him and I didn't use him in the Grand Prix there. I thought it would have been a lot. They travelled then to Mexico and then we built him up for that, and he jumped fantastic in Mexico, you know.
Here's Denis Lynch on Brooklyn Heights. Pushes for the Liverpool. It's all good. Come on, Denis. Come on. Put the pressure on the others to come on Brooklyn Heights. Finding new heights in his career on this horse. There's Denis Lynch and he's clear. 44.56 seconds.
I think when we get to know each other better and he has even a better bond with me, I do think we could have won that, you know. It was brilliant for Ludger and how he did it. He was just tight on the rollbacks on these two verticals where I had to take my time. And that's where he got me, you know. So, somewhat regret, but also very thrilled to have, you know, he had already got his ticket. That meant me finished second, got my ticket, so that was good.
He's a perfectionist and he'll do anything to get where he needs to be. When he comes out of the ring, it's never the horse's fault. It's always his fault, no matter what. So far, it's been an amazing partnership.
The league itself, I'm not going to chase that. That's not a major goal, because then you start using horses in classes that maybe you shouldn't do, and maybe doing an extra show you shouldn't do. So as I said, I'll take it show by show. Yes, I have goals this season, and one we've achieved. There's a few other goals that we're going to try and achieve, and hopefully we do. Obviously, I'd like to be part of the Irish team in the World Championships if possible. I'd like my team, New York Empire, to go as well as possible, and if I can help them in whatever way. And yeah, you know, me and my family, stay healthy, so on, you know, and my horses.